Hola everyone, happy Saturday to y'all. Want to come on with a word for y'all today. You know, in all of my offerings, all my Bible studies, all of the podcast episodes, all the content that I upload, I don't look to reinvent the wheel, y'all. I don't look to reinvent the wheel. I don't look to make myself look different than anyone. There's no premeditation involved in that. It's just, I offer you things that Spirit inclines me to speak to, and I offer you things that I've been pondering a long time. Things that I was perplexed with, that I have been fascinated by, that I have searched all around high and low to find truth in. I give them up to you. That's it. You know, and what you do with them after I give them up don't have anything to do with me, y'all. Honestly. I want to speak to the Bible study I did last week and all the content I had delivered to support that Bible study prior to that, the weeks before that. I did not know that that was the direction I was going to go into. I didn't know I was going to speak to that particular topic on that particular day. I actually thought I was going to speak to something completely different. But when I get in the flow of my offering, I don't impose my will. I don't make it about me. I allow the Spirit of God to flow through me in whatever way God decides to flow. So, you know, in me offering my perspectives, surely they build upon one another, because that's how Spirit moves. Sometimes you don't know exactly where it's taking you, but then after you deliver it, in the end, you see the beauty of it and how organized it actually was. And that's how it is with these Bible studies. When I speak to the challenges that we women have and face, many people don't know them because women don't show them. We don't wear them like a badge of honor. We don't openly express them. We just get it done. We don't sit up and complain about it. We don't do any of that. We just get it done. Yet when put in a position like myself to be able to have a platform, to be able to express my thoughts and feelings and all of the things that I've been fascinated with along my way, I have to be able to pull from an organic space. I got to be able to pull from the things that I have found worthy of my time in researching. And all of these things that I see as it relates to whatever I drop, whatever I expound upon, are things that are dear to me, that I really have pondered. That I'm not out here peddling because I don't have anything else to do and I'm trying to make a name for myself. I never wanted to come forward, y'all, doing these Bible studies. Honestly, it was not my goal. I just gotta say that. It was not my plan, because I knew the challenges that come from doing such within certain groups of people. I just didn't want to be bothered with all of that politicalness of it. It wasn't that I didn't love God. It wasn't that I didn't have anything to speak to. It was all of the entanglements you get caught up in when you come forward with such things. Not from God, but from people. And I just felt like I could avoid it. But obviously God had another plan for me. When I speak to Adam and Eve, I don't want anyone, or not even Adam. When I speak to Eve and the plight of women, I make no excuses for that. I'm not about to come on here and dumb it down to make people feel comfortable. These are relevant topics, all of which build upon themselves, and we see them all across the board of life. When I use the facts of what happened prior to the crucifixion of Jesus and what actually set in motion the betrayal of Jesus by one of his 12, what caused such dissension within the group at that particular time? Because that was one of many situations that had come up. And yet it was the situation that happened that set forth all of the activities that would lead to the crucifixion of Jesus, making it very paramount. And this is what Jesus had spoke to indirectly when he made mention to how Mary would be spoken to and known about all over the world. He was saying that this scenario will lead to something bigger, and that something bigger would lead to his crucifixion, and that scenario that happened between Jesus and Mary in front of the 12 that he was teaching and that were following him, his 12 students, his 12 disciples, that situation that happened between he and Mary would set off all of the activities from that point forward as it related to Jesus and his crucifixion. So, I don't want to make it seem like I'm coming forward and and the fact that I even have to explain myself. I don't want to make it seem that I'm coming forward and I'm looking to make it seem like I'm pro this and that, and I'm trying to differentiate women from men. Why do we always have to get to a place like that? Why can't we just read the Bible? All I did was read the Bible, and I explained to you what exactly happened in the sequence of events that followed it. A child could have read that. It's not about sex. It's not about superiority of any kind. It's about knowing your role and honoring it, and not allowing anybody to pimp you out of it, not allowing anybody to strong arm you out of it, not allowing anybody to make you feel bad for knowing it, and standing in it and owning it and not being ashamed to do such things. This is pretty much what Jesus was saying to his disciples. What is the problem here? What is the problem? Where is the fault? Why are you making something out of nothing? Why do you spend your time trying to find fault in people when you should be in alignment with those people, when you should be in acceptance with those people, when you should embrace those people? Instead of embracing them out of fear, out of insecurity, out of your own preconceived judgments, out of your own internal inadequacies, you look to find fault with those people. And those people are nothing but another blessing amongst you. I just wanted to come on with that, y'all. I make no qualms. I have no regrets. I make no apologies for my Bible studies or my perspectives. You can take them or you can leave them. They're just like anything else you'll see on social media. If you don't like it, leave it alone. There's no need to speak anything about it. If you don't like it, just leave it alone. Because it's all a glorification of God. It's all a glorification of God. All of it. In love, I come before you. In love, I come before you. Last word. Sometimes you got to motivate yourself like David, friend. David couldn't find motivation amongst his brethren. Neither could Joseph. Did the video on it. Neither could Jesus. None of them could find motivation amongst any men or people. They had to remember. Sometimes you got to remember, friend. You got to remember people that aren't even here any longer. You got to go back to what you know of who you are and what you come out of. You got to remember the history of those mighty people that you represent and that you share the same bloodline with. And in doing so, you must lean in also on the promises of God. You must know them. And that's where you get your motivation. That's where you get your motivation from, when you don't have anyone really cheering you on. When it seems like your own brethren, your own house, boo you. And you done nothing to them. You've only come with good tidings and blessings and a good word and honesty and integrity. You got to motivate yourself. God is moving independently through people, y'all. I can smell it. And every time I look up and I see the actions of people, I am reinforced in this knowing God is moving independently through people, y'all. You must know this. Do not be confused or dismayed. Keep going. You are loved more than I or anyone could ever tell you. There is a method to this madness. Keep going. Peace and love.